Live from Dooley Health and Care Stadium in downtown Joliet, Illinois. This afternoon, we continue our coverage of the 2022 Chicagoland Collegiate Athletics Conference Baseball Championship Tournament. Today, it is a second elimination game on tap here, as it'll be the visiting team, the Roosevelt Lakers, against the team designated as the host team in this game today, the Titans of Indiana University South Bend. The winner will move on. The loser will have the season come to an end. Hi again, everybody, and good afternoon. This is Tom Westenfeld. Great to have you along with us as we continue on after game number one today, a one-sided affair with St. Xavier defeating Calumet St. Joseph by a final of 14. It was a 13-4 final in game number one. And so St. Xavier advances to play another elimination game tomorrow at 1. And now it'll be Indiana South Bend against Roosevelt. Indiana South Bend 15-31-1 on the year. Roosevelt 25 victories and 22 defeats on the season. Roosevelt losing their opening game on Thursday. It was the first game of the tournament, 6-0 against St. Francis. And Indiana South Bend losing their opening game to Olivet Nazarene 5-4 last night, and we're underway. First pitch of the ball game will be in for a called strike. Zach Dobis is on the mound today for Indiana South Bend, and Nick McAllister leading it off and in center field for the Roosevelt Lakers. Here's the 0-1, swinging a foul back, and the count goes quickly now to 0-2. Well, sunny skies as we just get underway here at 1:47 p.m. Almost an hour behind schedule after we had the first game that was quite lengthy. No balls, 2 strikes in the pitch. That'll be a fastball high. 1-2 here. Checking the weather conditions here in Joliet. The best spring day we've had in a long time anywhere in this part of the country. There's a ball inside. 66 glorious degrees under sunny skies. High projected to be 67. Cloudy and 68 looks like coming up tomorrow. There's a called third strike to McAllister. So Dobis picks up his first strikeout of the game as McAllister out on strikes for the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up Daniel Gutierrez, the Roosevelt shortstop. So Daniel Gutierrez now standing in. The winner of this game will advance and play tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. against the loser of the 7th game of the tournament, coming up between Judson and St. Ambrose. Gutierrez first ball swinging here, and he will be retired for the second out of the inning. So Gutierrez flying to right field, and so quickly 2 away in the Roosevelt first inning. Roosevelt not able to score a run in their first game. They were the only team shut out in the opening round. And that'll bring to the plate Hunter Darst. And the first pitch to the Roosevelt catcher, down and away, 1-0 the count here. So just underway in game 2 of 4 today. We'll have 2 winners bracket games coming up after the conclusion of this one. Darst taking low and outside. 2 balls and 1 strike the count, as has been the case here. Rather, 2 balls and no strikes here to Hunter Darst. As has been the case throughout the tournament, very windy here in Joliet. This venue seems to be one that collects wind quite a bit. There's a called strike. 2-1 now to Darst. He'll be followed by the right fielder Trevor Heinlein. That'll be Jalen Hurd, the first baseman, batting in the number 5 spot. There's a swing and a high fly ball down the right field line. Long run here toward the bullpen, and that'll be out of play. Long run there in right field for Donnie Nikas. Going to start in right field in game number 2 for Indiana South Bend. As now Darst will step back to the plate. 2-2 now to the Roosevelt catcher. Dobis working on a quick 1-2-3 frame here in the top of the first. There's a breaking ball. Just missed inside, and the count runs full. Dobis back on the pitching rubber now. Here's the wind and the next delivery. Swung on, hit well high into the air, though. And and into right field, and the catch will be made there by Nikas, and that'll end the inning. So Roosevelt out 1-2-3 in the opening inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. And after a half inning, Roosevelt nothing, Indiana South Bend coming to bat. You're tuned to CCAC Tournament Baseball. Welcome back to Joliet, Illinois. We head to the bottom of the first inning now in game number 2 of our quadruple header. We'll have 4 more coming up tomorrow. And then we'll start to head down the home stretch of this event on Monday. Tony Reyes to lead it up now for Indiana South Bend, as it'll be Tony Reyes leading it off in at shortstop. Then Brendon Bell at first base batting second, followed by Brett Sikorski, the third baseman. Jake Vanderwood batting in the cleanup spot and at second base. Kerry Zacey on the mound for the Roosevelt Lakers. And the first pitch here in for a called strike, 0-1 as we're underway here in the bottom of the first inning. Cole Miller, the catcher, batting in the number 5 spot for Indiana South Bend. Donnie Nikas, the right fielder, batting 6th. Next pitch, that'll be a fastball up high to make it 1-1. Then Evan Allen, the designated hitter, batting 7th, batting 8th, the center fielder. Owen Benson batting 9th, Colin Mack, the left fielder. Kerry Zacey, the right-hander, into the line of the pitch. Ground ball right back to Zacey, snares it with the glove. Goes about 3/4 of the way to the first base. Underhands to Jalen Hurd at first for the first out of the inning. 1 away in the frame, and that'll bring to the plate Brendon Bell. Indiana South Bend, a great effort last night. They gave the top seed in the tournament, Olivet Nazarene, all they could handle. Olivet had to come back in the late innings to win that game by a final of 5-4, winning it in their last at-bat. So here's Bell now standing in. First pitch here. And Bell takes for a called strike. Looked like a waist-high strike. And so 0-1 now to Bell. Zacey back on the rubber now. Toes the left edge of the rubber. Third base side of the slab. There's a fastball in for a called strike. And Bell quickly behind now at 0-2. Zacey looks in for the sign from Hunter Darst. And the pitch. Low and outside. Runs it now to a ball and 2 strikes. Bell, right-handed batter, awaits, and the delivery. Swung on, and this is drilled in the left field for a solid single for Brendon Bell, and so a one-out base hit now for the Indiana South Bend Titans. Well, we played those games last night. Both went long and late into the night, and it seems like just moments ago that we were calling Indiana South Bend last night. Here's Brett Sikorski now.
Number 21, Brett Sikorski.
So Sikorski stands in. Runner at first, one away here in the bottom of the first inning. First pitch to the left-handed hitter, and that'll be just off the outside edge. No balls and a strike here. Zacey now working out of the stretch. Zacey, a junior. 6 foot 195 from Granger, Indiana. As the next pitch, that'll miss outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Zacey listed as a junior in our roster, but I was at the senior day doubleheader that closed out the Roosevelt season, and I thought Carey was honored after that game in the senior day ceremonies. Anyway, there's a swing and a foul back. 1 ball and 2 strikes here. As you might be able to tell, another windy day. And as we were talking about in the first game, good to see the crowd on hand here. The first 2 days, just terrible weather. And not really palatable for crowds to come out and watch the games, although we had a good crowd on hand last night for the ball game. There's a ball high. And so now the count to Sikorski is at 3 balls and a strike. Carries AC, coming set now, and the pitch. This is lifted high in the air. Foul territory right side. Jalen Hurd, the first baseman, giving a look, but it'll be out of play. So now full count here to Sikorski. He'll be followed by Jake Vanderwood, and then Cole Miller if we continue on that far in the bottom of the first inning. No score, just underway. Zacey looks in for the sign. And the pitch. Fastball, and that was, I believe, it was a called third strike at the knees. So Zacey rings up Sikorski there for out number 2. I thought for a minute it might have been a little bit low, but the umpire with the ring up there, and that'll bring up Jake Vanderwood.
Number 3, Jake Vanderwood.
So here's Vanderwood now. And Zacey trying to get out of the inning, working around the 1-out single that he allowed. Comes set, first pitch to Vanderwood, and that'll be a breaking ball just missing inside. 1-0 the count. Zacey this season 3-2 with a, rather 5-2 with a 3.23 ERA. There's a swing and a high pop fly. Pop up to be more accurate, and losing into the sun there, Gutierrez. It lands, but now the runner caught between second and third. So we have a run down here, and now we have 2 men almost at second. Now a run down between first and second. Now a throwback to second, and everybody will be safe. And I'm not even going to attempt, well, there was no out recorded, so no scoring there. That was the case. There was a high pop-up right behind second base. Daniel Gutierrez, the shortstop, called for it, lost it, it looked like in the sun, and then everything went sideways from there, and the inning will continue. So Vanderwood gets credit for the base hit. Brendon Bell, by all rights, should have been out, but he gets back to second base, and now that'll bring up Cole Miller. So the inning continues, 2 on and 2 out here now for Indiana South Bend. Here's the set now by Carey's AC. He has to work around one more batter here if he wants to get out without any damage, and the first pitch will be in up high for ball 1 to Miller. Donnie Nikas next, and then it'll be Evan Allen if we continue that far. Bottom of the first inning, and already interesting situation here. And you wonder, we've talked all tournament long about the wind. You wonder if that had an effect on that ball. Also, the fielders have to look right into the sunlight. There's a flare out down the left field line, dropping quickly but foul into the bullpen. So 1-1 the count. Miller now back to the batter's box. Not able to really get around fully on that pitch. So ball and a strike. Here's the set now. And the pitch. Low and away. So 2-1 here. Well, I was just listening to a game a few days ago where they were talking about rundowns, and it was a major league game, and they were emphasizing how the best rundowns are won with just one throw, and that didn't really work out earlier on there a moment ago for Roosevelt. As now a look back at the second but no throw. And then Indiana South Bend, they nearly ran into two men at the same base at second base there, but everybody got back safely. Here's the set by Zacey now. And the pitch. Breaking ball nearly hitting the batter as it misses inside. So 3-1. The count as Cole Miller stands in. Pitch out of the zone here would load the bases. 3 balls and 1 strike. And the pitch. Fastball, strike at the knees. Hunter Darst dropping the ball after making the catch, but retrieves, and the base runners stay put. And now it's 3-2. Gary Zacey trying to get out of this mini jam here in the bottom of the first inning. The set and the pitch. Fastball high, and that'll load him up. Good at bat there by Miller, and now here's Nikas to the plate. And a chance now intensifies for Indiana South Bend to try to take the early lead. Pinch runner coming into the game now for the Titans. So entering the ball game, Robbie Berger, who was the starting pitcher last night, he will run now for the catcher, Miller. So Berger is aboard at first, as the bases are now loaded. Bell to third, Vanderwood to second, and here's Donnie Nikas. Left-handed batter awaits. And the stretch by Kerry Zacey in the first pitch in the dirt. Good block there by Hunter Darst behind the plate, and the count goes to 1-0. So the Laker starting pitcher Zacey in all kinds of difficulty all of a sudden here. After that second out strikeout earlier on in the inning. 1-0, swing and a foul tip at home plate. Evens the count at a ball and a strike. Nikas did not play in the game, the opening game for Indiana South Bend. He's a freshman from Three Oaks, Michigan. 1 ball, 1 strike here to the right fielder. Here's the set now by Kerry Zacey and the pitch. Swing and a foul back to the screen. So now ball and 2 strikes. Nikas out of the box. Zacey trying to shut the door here. Could have a 6-batter inning with no runs scored. Here's the set by Zacey and the delivery. Swing, and this is pulled foul to the right side, kind of lobbed into the Roosevelt dugout on the first base side. And the count stays a ball and 2 strikes. Left-handed batter now, just at the moment getting back into the batter's box. Here's the set, the 1-2. That'll be over but low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Evan Allen, the DH, would be next. Zacey looks in for the sign. Kind of an extended bottom of the first inning here. Here's the set and the delivery. Jammed and hit foul into the netting above the third base dugout. Nikas getting around on that pitch and making contact look like just above the bat handle there, and was able to spoil the pitch and keep the at-bat alive. Zacey out of the stretch. And he'll deal. Fastball high and away. That'll make it 3-2. No place to put the batter here. We had a couple of runs driven in the first game today on at least one on a bases loaded walk and also on a hit by a pitch with the bags loaded. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Early tension here for Roosevelt in this elimination game. Swinging a foul tip that lands behind home plate. Nikas just barely able to get a piece of it to keep the at-bat going. So it stays 3-2 now. Runners take their leads at every base. Both pitcher and batter taking their time here during this at-bat. Zacey looks in. And comes set now, another payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Zacey, a little bit of a fist pump there as he gets out of the inning with a strikeout. So, a strikeout there to end the inning as 6 Titans come to the plate, but none score. In the inning, no runs, 2 hits, no errors. 3 Titans left on base, and after 1, no score. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball.
Number 29, Noah McDeal.
So here we are now, and here's the wind of the first pitch coming in, and it'll be fouled off to the right out of play. Noah Mathias was announced as the hitter, but I believe there's been a number change, and it should be Trevor Heinlein batting here. 0-1 the count, and he fights off this next pitch, and that'll be up around shoulder level, and he checked his swing, and he rockets up all to the right side, so Heinlein quickly behind at 0-2 now. It'll be Heinlein, Hurd, and Olszewski due up here for Roosevelt. Here's the windup and the next pitch. That'll miss outside. 1-2 here to Heinlein. Roosevelt, their offense still looking for their first run of the tournament. They were shut out as time called now, and Dobis just lobs it to the backstop. I think that's a good thing to do when you're a pitcher. I saw that a few times during the regular season where time would be called in the middle of the windup, and if you stop it too quickly, you risk injury. So just lob it over the head of the catcher and umpire all the way to the backstop. No harm done. There's a ball low and outside. There was an appeal to the infield umpire there, but no swing ruled by Heinlein. Dobis into the wind in the next pitch. That'll be down low. And that now brings the count to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Dobis, the right-hander, into the wind of the pitch. Hit well to center field, but plenty of room and playable. Almost a straightaway center that ball goes, and Benson makes the catch for the out in center. 1 away, and that'll bring to the plate Jalen Hurd. Hurd this season right now hitting at .302 on the year. 2 home runs and 27 runs batted in as there's a swing and a miss. Thought he might have tipped it, but it's a strike either way. 0-1 now to Hurd. Hurd, as we said, a couple of home runs. And they were in short supply this year for the Lakers. There's a strike called 0-2. They had 4 home runs. They were stuck on 4 home runs for the longest time, then had a little bit of a power surge late in the season. There's a swing and a foul back. Off to a right, and Hurd now behind. No balls and 2 strikes. Ball bounding off the netting back down to the seats here below us. On this sunny Saturday in May. Here comes the 0-2. Breaking ball, foul to the backstop, and it stays no balls and 2 strikes. Hurd back into the box. Righty versus righty matchup here. No score, top of inning number 2. Hurd takes this next pitch down low. All right, Dobis looks in, kicks and deals. This will be skied into the air towards center. Benson is there again, looking into the sunlight. Shades his eyes, and he cannot locate the ball, and he drops it. And Jalen Hurd will pull him to second base. We've been talking all game long about battling the wind and the sun. And that may have bothered Owen Benson there, and Jalen Hurd is aboard. Boy, looking at it in real time, I did not have the binoculars on that play. But it looked all the while that Benson was really struggling to locate the ball. And his body language was as such that it indicated, at least to me anyway, that he did not see the ball come down. And it wound up landing behind him. Here's Andrew Olszewski now, and he goes after the first pitch and fouls it back, and he's behind at 0-1. So Jalen Hurd aboard at second base. Here's the set now by Dobis. And the 0-1. Fastball, fouled back, out of play. So 0-2 now to Olszewski. So Jalen Hurd has been given a hit on that play. Not sure if it single is what's showing on our live stats feed. There's a swing and a miss. And so Olszewski out on strikes, and that's out number 2 in the inning. And that'll bring up JoJo Mack.
Number 2, JoJo Mack.
So JoJo Mack, who sometimes starts in the outfield, he gets the designated hitter's role here in this game today, will come to the plate. The runner at second, 2 away in the inning. First pitch here to Mack. And there'll be a sweeping curve in for a called strike on the outside edge, and it's 0-1. Jonathan Salm next, and then back to the top of the order here for the Lakers. No score here, top of 2 in this elimination game between Indiana South Bend and Roosevelt. Long pause there by Dobis. Time call. Game number 3 of the day on the way next. Judson against St. Ambrose. Yes, there's a fastball up high. 1-1 now to Mack. And then tonight at 7. Good matchup, I think. Olivet Nazarene, the number 1 seed, against the number 4 seed and host team, the University of St. Francis. There's a jam shot popped up into the air. Short left field. 3 players going after it here. Who wants it? Calling for it, and the catch made by the left fielder. That's Colin Mack to make the grab, and that'll end the inning. So Roosevelt threatens, but they do not score in the inning. No runs on a hit, no errors, 1 left on base. And we head to the bottom of the second inning. No score between Indiana South Bend and Roosevelt. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball.
33, Evan Allen.
We go to the bottom of the second inning. Evan Allen leading it up now for Indiana South Bend as Kerry Zacey going to work for Roosevelt. And the first pitch is swung on and missed, 0-1 now to Allen. It'll be Allen, Benson, and Colin McAdoo up here for the Titans in the bottom of inning number 2. Here comes the 0-1. This is ripped to the third base side. Stahl on one knee, backhands nicely behind the bag, throw to first, but it's offline, and so it'll be an infield hit here for Evan Allen. Well, Indiana South Bend, they got 2 hits in the first inning, also had a walk. They loaded the bases but did not cash in, and now they'll bring up Owen Benson. So a leadoff base runner aboard here for the Titans. They did not have that situation come up in the first inning as Reyes grounded out to the pitcher to open the ball game. Or at least open the bottom of the first inning. Kerry Zacey again working out of the stretch now for Roosevelt. And the first pitch high and tight, 1-0. Hunter Darst came ready to throw, but did not make a play on the runner at first base. 1-0 to Benson. Right-handed batter stands in. Zacey coming set now. And the pitch. Bunted up the first base side. That'll roll foul. Too much behind that bunt, and it rolled foul, and so the count 1-1 now. Winner of this game will play tomorrow morning, I believe, at 10. We've had a couple of revisions to the bracket and the schedule tomorrow. There's a throw to first and the runner back in. As we've been talking about it during the early part of the tournament, is Zacey now coming set. And he'll deal to the plate, and that'll be in up high for a ball to make it 2-1. Benson squared the bat as if to bunt, pull the bat back. So 2 balls and a strike. But if you don't win that first game, it's a long way back. And you have no margin for error, as that's the case for these 2 teams here this afternoon. Benson bunting this ball, and that'll be popped foul right side. It'll land on for a foul ball. We'll see if the bunt is still on with a 2-strike situation, and we've seen that before with a bunt being made with 2 strikes. Benson back into the batter's box. Here's the set now by Kerry Zacey. And the delivery. And Benson swinging away here, and he fouls it back out of play. Still to come today, winners bracket games at 4 and 7. You know, when I was young, watching the baseball playoffs, in my early days as a baseball fan, I never liked opening games of series. I thought they weren't important, and then when there's a foul back off to the right out of play, it'll land, it looks like, on the roof. But when you get older and you realize what's at stake, first games in postseason are just huge. Really sets the tone. And in these double elimination games, in these double elimination events, they are incredibly important. There's a swing and a fly ball slicing toward right center field. Nick McAllister back into his left, reaches up and makes the play for the out. 1 out, and that'll bring to the plate Colin Mack. So Mack now stands in. Evan Allen remaining at first base. We've had 1 team eliminated already, and that was Calumet St. Joseph, who really suffered a heartbreaking loss last night. There's a ball low, 1-0 to Mack. That was the game, in case you weren't with us, where it was a 7-7 game going into the 10th inning, and Calumet seemingly had the game in hand after scoring 6 in the top of the 10th, but then they allowed 7. And St. Ambrose came back as there's a fastball inside. St. Ambrose coming back and winning that game 14-13. St. Ambrose has played some memorable ball games in this event over the years. Zacey out of the stretch, deals to the plate, and that'll be a fastball low. So 3-0 the count now. And the pitch. And that'll be in there for a called strike, and the at-bat will continue. 1 on, 1 out, bottom of 2, no score in this elimination game. Basically now a Game 7 type situation. All hands on deck for all teams in the loser's bracket. Next pitch, and this is drilled into center field. McAllister coming on, cannot get to it. And station to station here as Evan Allen pulls into second base. Colin Mack aboard with a solid single, the second hit of the inning for Indiana South Bend, and we move back to the top of the Titan order.
Number 20, Tony Reyes.
Well, here's Tony Reyes. Reyes 0 for 1 in the game this afternoon. Grounded back to the pitcher Zacey his first time up. Zacey now out of the stretch, and the first pitch. That'll be a fastball coming in over but low. 1-0 here. Well, we continue on with baseball, in part thanks to the all-turf surface here. I know softball has been called for a second day. After the drenching rains of the last 2 days, the field's still not yet playable. They're going to push everything back now to tomorrow and pick up from there. I think only one game has been completed. There's a ball low. 2-0 to Tony Reyes. Brendon Bell would be next. Set by Zacey. 2-0 pitch. In for a called strike. Pitch had some movement there, but it caught the zone at the knees, and so it's 2-1. Reyes, right-handed batter, awaits. Runners take their leads. And the pitch. High pop-up right side, short right field, drifting back, trying to shield his eyes from the sun, and the catch made at second base there by Gomez. For the out, Jesus Gomez. Again, we noticed that in the first game. They look up into the sunlight. You can see the reflection in the sunglasses, but Gomez able to make the play for the out. And again, you got to battle the wind as well. So now that'll bring to the plate Brendon Bell, who had a single his first time up in the game. So he is 1 for 1. Stands in here with 2 on and 2 out in the bottom of the second inning. Here's the set now by Zacey. And the pitch swung on and hit high into the air down the right field line. Heinlein on the run into foul territory and not able to catch up to it. So 0-1 now to Bell. This tournament originally had 4 games slated for Thursday. Only 2 were played. This is the first year they started the tournament on a Thursday instead of a Friday. In past years, they would go Friday, Saturday, off Sunday, and then Monday, Tuesday, and if necessary, Wednesday. Zacey delivers here a heater, but it's up high. One ball, one strike. 1 out, 2 runners aboard here for the Titans of Indiana South Bend. The set and the pitch. Fastball missing down and in. Brett Sikorski would be next. Pace of the game right now. Not quick at this point. Zacey out of the stretch now. Brief look back at second base. A second look at second. Now he deals to the plate. Curveball, and that'll be in for a strike. So 2s are wild on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 out, 2 on base here in inning number 2 in a scoreless game. Bell awaits. And the pitch from Zacey. Fouled back to the screen. We'll try it again at 2-2. Game right now, accurate to say, at a very leisurely pace. Bell, right-handed batter, back foot on the back line of the box, stands in. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch. This is hit well deep, but fouled on the left field line, pulled onto the berm. And the confrontation continues here. Bell taking his time, getting back to the batter's box. Carries Zacey, the right-hander. Looks in for the sign. Long look in. Darst behind the plate, setting up toward the outside half. Here's the delivery. Swinging a foul back. Looked like Zacey tossed that ball, trying to paint the outside corner, but it was spoiled there by Bell. New set of baseballs brought out to the umpire. Good battle here between Zacey and Bell. Well, as they say, the longer you go as you're the hitter, when you're the hitter, the more your advantage, because eventually the idea is the pitcher will eventually make a mistake. And now time called. Bell back into the batter's box. Here's the set now. And the 2-2 pitch. Curve down in the dirt. Good stop behind the plate by Hunter Darst. So now full count to Bell. Indiana South Bend, they loaded the bases in the first inning, did not score. They are threatening to do the same, at least insofar as loading the bases here in the second inning. Zacey able to work out of the jam in the first inning. Let's see what he can do here. And the payoff. High ball 4, and that will load him up again for Indiana South Bend. So a lengthy at bat, technically a plate appearance, and it results in a walk to Bell, and now that'll bring to the plate Brett Sikorski, the third baseman. Sikorski 0 for 1. He was caught looking in the first inning, meeting at the mound now here for Roosevelt University. Jason Becker, the head coach at Roosevelt. Tyler Martin, the associate head coach, along with assistants Matt Vituli, Kevin Johnson, Josh Pieper, Mike Kashirski, and Tom Yeager. So a meeting on the mound here for Roosevelt. We started this game at 1:47 p.m. And we are now almost 45 minutes in and in the bottom of the second inning. So now Sikorski a chance to do damage here for Indiana South Bend. Sikorski, left-handed batter, into the box. He was called out on strikes his first time up back in the opening frame. Long look in by Zacey. And the pitch. And that'll miss outside, 1-0. Jake Vanderwood awaits on deck, hoping to hit here in the bottom half of inning number 2. Zacey kicks and deals the 1-0. Fastball up high, 2 balls and no strikes. No action yet in the Roosevelt bullpen. As right now, Sikorski in a great spot here. He's got to be looking for a good pitch in this situation. Here's the set. Delivery. Sikorski swings. Hits it high into the air, left of home plate, foul territory, and they'll be out of play behind the dugout, third base side. So 2-1 now. Zacey back on the rubber. Sikorski back into the batter's box. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the delivery. And that'll be in there for a called strike. That was not a 2-2 pitch. I stand corrected as that count now goes presently to 2-2. So Zacey, one more pitch for the strikeout here. Zacey looks in for the sign. And now the 2-2. Swung on and a bouncer to the right side. Gomez at second, up with it near the edge of the outfield. Throws to first base, and again, Indiana South Bend not able to score as they leave the bases loaded here in the second inning. So in the inning, no runs for the Titans. They get 2 hits, a walk, no errors. 3 left on base, and after 2, it is a scoreless game between Roosevelt and Indiana South Bend. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball.
Leading off for the Lakers, number 31, Jonathan Saul.
We go to the top of the third inning. No score here in this elimination game. Jonathan Psalm now to start it off here. And here's the wind in the first pitch of the third inning. Psalm going after it and fouling it back this way out of play. And it's 0-1. It'll be Psalm, Gomez, and then back to the top of the order. And Nick McAllister here for Roosevelt. Here's the 0-1. Fastball high to make it 1-1. Roosevelt, we noted earlier on, still looking for their first run of the tournament. They came in playing a very hot hand as they'd won their last 8 games of the regular season. Pop up left side of the infield, left of the mound. The wind playing tricks with it here, but the catch made by Sikorski at third for the out. 1 away, and that'll bring up Jesus Gomez. Gomez did not play in the first game today. And that's because Roosevelt wasn't playing. But I meant to say he did not play in the first game of the tournament. Hitting 197 on the year as the first pitch looked like in for a called strike there. No, Roosevelt did not play in the first game today. As now a check swing here, an appeal to the infield umpire who says that Gomez did not go around. That evens it up at 1-1 now. Gomez this year does have a home run and 7 runs batted in as he fouls one back to the screen. 1-2 to the Roosevelt second baseman. Yeah, Roosevelt won their last 8 games after having a little bit of a rough go of it. I'd say about 3 weeks to go in the season. They played Northwestern University. Lost that game by double digits. Lost another game later on that week in double digits, or by double digits. That I believe they played Olivet Nazarene which swept Roosevelt during the season series, as there's a foul back. But then Roosevelt was able to turn it around late in the year and win their final 8. Dobis into the wide now. Swing and a miss in a 2-strike situation there, and that's a strikeout. Gomez out on strikes. Dobis' 3rd strikeout of the game, back to the top of the order, and that'll bring to the plate Nick McAllister, the center fielder. McAllister, 0 for 1. He was caught looking to start the ball game. Here's the wind now, and Dobis deals, and McAllister missing down and in 1-0. Dobis working pretty quickly here right now with nobody on base. Holds the glove up near his shoulder now, kicks and deals. Look out, high and tight. 1-1 as McAllister had to duck out of the way of that pitch. Here's the delivery. High pop-up, right side, foul territory near the dugout, and that will be out of play. Cole Miller, the catcher, looked like had the best chance at it, but not able to make the catch. So McAllister remaining in a situation here where still ahead of the count. Now time will be called. And now McAllister back into the batter's box. Dobis winds and tosses. Breaking ball, and that will be a called strike. McAllister, just judging by his reaction, not too pleased with that call. And now a 2-2 count. 2 out, nobody on base, and there's a swing and a miss. Great pitch there by Dobis. Really moved his location around well. Got McAllister to chase, and McAllister coming up empty. So in the inning, no runs for Roosevelt, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. We go bottom 3. No score. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. On we go in our second elimination game of the day here on this Saturday. And it'll be Jake Vanderwood to lead it up now for Indiana South Bend as the middle third of the order coming up for the Titans here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. No score as of yet. Both pitchers have been able to work out of situations here, although Kerry Zacey for Roosevelt has really been on a high wire. Really had a high wire act to perform here in this game so far. The first pitch, a breaking ball missing, 1-0 to Vanderwood. Vanderwood 1 for 1 with a base hit. Zacey into the windup and the pitch. Golf swing out to fairly deep left field, but playable for Andrew Olszewski. He's underneath it, and he has it for out number 1. And that'll bring to the plate Cole Miller. Well, Indiana South Bend has had their chances here early in the game, stranding 3 in both of the first 2 innings here today. Miller walked his first time up. Was lifted for a pinch runner. That was Robbie Berger. First pitch here, righty versus righty, and it'll sail over the head of the hitter to the backstop. Case there with, if you're the pitcher, probably just lose your grip on the ball. So 1-0 to Cole Miller. Swings and misses at a breaking ball, and that evens it up at 1-1. You wonder if that's the category now of a little bit of effectively wild. You don't come close to the zone, but even though you're wild, you're still kind of in the area, and that keeps the hitter off balance. There's a swing and a miss. 1-2 now to Miller. Miller steps back in the box, now back into his batting stance. Another windy day here in Joliet. Here comes the pitch from Zacey. Swung on, pop foul, right side, out of play. Miller this time does go out of the box, takes a couple of practice swings, now back in. 1 ball and 2 strikes, your count. Zacey kicks and deals. And that was about a 58-footer in the dirt in front of the plate. That'll square it up, 2 balls and 2 strikes. We play in the bottom of the 3rd inning. No score in the game. Titans have out hit Roosevelt 4-1 in this contest. Here's the windup. The 1-0. Correction. That ball bouncing in front of the plate, and now it ran it to 3-2. So a full count here. As Miller stands in. And let's see what kind of pitch Zacey will throw here. Here comes a payoff offering. A little golf swing, and it'll be flared out to right field. It'll drop in for a base hit. Heinlein getting to it on 1 hop, tosses the ball back into the infield. So Cole Miller aboard. Let's see if Berger comes in to run again now for Indiana South Bend. Miller aboard for the 2nd time this afternoon. So again, it will be Robbie Berger to run. And that'll bring up to the plate Donnie Nikas. Nikas 0 for 1 with a swinging strikeout back in the 1st inning. If I recall, that was a lengthy at bat. Looks like, looking in my scorebook, it was a deep count in that plate appearance for Nikas. Carries Zacey out of the stretch in the first pitch, bouncing in just off the outside edge. It's 1-0. Hunter Darcy blocking the pitch, came up throwing, or about to throw, but he held on to it. One ball, no strikes. Righty versus lefty here. Zacey, the veteran right-hander, on the hill for the Lakers of Roosevelt. Throw to first base, and the runner back in safely. And need to correct myself, that's Kobe Campbell now running at first base, the sophomore from Harrison, Ohio. Here's the set now by Zacey. Throw to first base, and the runner again back in. Going to check the box score here a little bit. As Zacey now out of the stretch, kicks and deals. And that'll be over, but a little bit low. So now a 2-0 situation here. 1 on, 1 out, bottom of 3. In a game that is moving at a snail's pace here. A 0-0 ball game. Left-handed batter waits the pitch, runner going, and there's a foul ball. That caught Nikas, I think, on the right leg there. He looks like he's flexing the right leg after he got back up on his feet. Went down to one knee after swinging at the pitch. Seen that a few times over the course of the last few days. Two and one now to Nikas. Short lead at first base. Here's the pitch from Zacy. Curve. Nice pitch in for a called strike to make it 2-2 now. The train horn right on cue there. Two balls and two strikes. Nikas awaits. Zacy out of the stretch. And the pitch. A high fly ball. Left field Andrew Ocheski moves to his right about 3 steps. Reaches up, makes the catch for the out. So that'll be out number 2. That'll leave it up now to Evan Allen.
Number 33, Evan Allen.
So Allen now will bat. He is 1 for 1, had a single his first time up. Comes to the plate here with a 2-out base runner. Gary Zacy coming set now. And the pitch. Fastball. Low for ball 1. Owen Benson would be next, and then it would be Colin Mack if we continue that far. Bottom of the 3rd inning. No score in the ball game. Zacy out of the stretch again in the pitch. A little bit of a jam shot, and it's one hopped into the dugout third base side. So now 1-1 to Miller. Indiana South Bend, 5 hits in the game, but in the run column, nothing yet to show for it. They've loaded the bases twice in the game, but not yet able to score as it remains a 0-0 game. Here's a throw to first base and the runner back in. Second of 4 games today, 4 more tomorrow. Before we head to the final rounds of this event on Monday and Tuesday. Zacy again now at the stretch. Here's the pitch, fouled back out of play. So a 2-strike situation presents itself for Evan Allen as the count to him is 1-2. Allen back into the batter's box. Zacy looks in for a long time to get the sign from Hunter Darst. Now the kick and the pitch. This is ripped to left field and in for a base hit. Pulled to the left side, well placed there by Evan Allen. He's aboard with his second hit of the game. And runners now at first and second for the Titans. As Owen Benson now to come to the dish. Well, the Titans in every inning now have had multiple base runners on at the same time. But yet still a 0-0 ball game. Benson 0 for 1. He flied out to center field his first time up. Season on the line for both teams. First pitch from Kerry Zacy. Low and in, 1-0. It did not miss hitting the batter by much. That would have again loaded the bases. Colin Mack is next in the batting order for Indiana South Bend. Zacy now. Kicks and deals. Fastball in for a called strike. So now 1-1. Benson back into the batter's box. Stands set deep in the box. The 1-1 offering. Curve over but a little bit low. So now Benson ahead in the count at 2-1. Here's the set by Carey's AC. 2-1 pitch, and that'll be hit foul to the right side out of play. That'll even it up at 2-2, and Zacey, if he can get this out now, Indiana South Bend would have stranded 8 men in the first 3 innings. Well, those runners left on base, they add up, and if you look back and don't win the game, you can look at all the times when you could have taken advantage. Swinging a roller up the first base line, glove behind the bag by Jalen Hurd, throws to Zacey covering, and that'll end the inning, and 2 more left on in the game now for Indiana South Bend. In the inning, the Titans threaten but do not score. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. After 3 complete, Indiana South Bend nothing, Roosevelt nothing. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball.
Gutierrez.
On we go to the top of the 4th inning here in Joliet. Daniel Gutierrez leading it off, and the first pitch coming in to the Roosevelt shortstop, taken just missing outside, 1-0. Gutierrez, Darst, and Heinlein do up now. Gutierrez 0 for 1. He flied to right his first time up. Here's the 1-0. Hit sharply to the left side. 2-hopper caught there at third base by Sikorski. Throw it across the diamond in time for the out. So 2 pitches and 1 out here for the Lakers, and that'll bring up Hunter Darst. Darst in the game, 0 for 1 with a fly out to right field. You know, there's just thinking on that last at bat there, it was quick, but it resulted in some action as the first pitch down and in, 1-0. I think that's the really prominent issue right now in the game, as there's another ground ball, this time a 3-hopper to Sikorski, throws to first, and quickly 2 down in the inning. Talk so much about pace of the game, as Trevor Heinlein now do up. Pace of the game, how to make it go quicker. They're going to likely institute a pitch clock next year in the major leagues. They'll probably ban the shift, which you never see at this level of baseball. So here's Heinlein now. Heinlein is 0 for 1. He flied to center field his first time up, and the first pitch is in for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Dobis into the line, working quickly, and the pitch, swinging a sharp grounder, this time towards short. Knocked down there, and a nice recovery at shortstop there. Getting to his feet, Reyes throws to first, and a snappy top of the 4th inning as Roosevelt retired in order. In the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We head to the bottom half of inning number 4. No score between Roosevelt and Indiana South Bend. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. On we go now to the Indiana South Bend half of the fourth inning here. 9-1-2 coming up now for Indiana South Bend in the order. So Colin Mack will start it off here for the Titans in the 0-0 game. Well, that was the quickest half inning we had. I think we had one inning in the first round that was extremely quick, like 6 or 7 pitches, as there's a ball. 1-0 to Colin Mack, who's 1 for 1 with a base hit in the game this afternoon. No score, bottom of the fourth inning. Carries AC into the wind of the pitch. And that'll be a little bit low, maybe a little bit outside. 2-0 now for Colin Mack. It'll be Mack, Reyes, and Bell due up for the Titans of Indiana South Bend. Winner moves on. The loser will have the season come to an end. And the pitch. Fastball high, 3-0. Well, right now, Roosevelt, they have not yet scored in this tournament, so they are scoreless now in their first, well, let's see now, 13 innings of play here in this tournament, and that really puts pressure on a pitcher. There's a breaking ball in for a called strike. When your offense is hard-pressed, you don't think they'll score maybe more than 1 or 2 runs in a game. That, if you're a pitcher, that really puts pressure on you, thinking you have to be perfect all the time. Swinging a fly ball to right field. Heinlein backpedaling, looking into the sun, reaches up, one-handed catch for the out. One away in the inning, back to the top of the order, and Tony Reyes. You know, but we were discussing in the last half inning about pace of game and all that, and you know, in the major leagues, so many walks, so many strikeouts, and there were a couple of routine groundouts, and in the last half inning, here's the pitch missing inside, 1-0 to Reyes. And even though it doesn't result in anything, it's just, as a fan, it's interesting, at least more interesting in my eyes, to see a batted ball put into play. I think that's the emphasis they're trying to have in MLB. There's a ball high, 2 balls and no strikes. I mean, you can never know what can happen on any kind of batted ball. Carries AC into the windup, the 2-0 pitch here. Going after this one, and a high fly ball down the left field line. Olszewski, long run into the foul territory near the bullpen, reaches up and hits his glove. He goes tumbling over the railing onto the berm down the left field line. Looks like he's okay. Hops back up over the fence and back ready to go in left field. And he tosses the ball back as well. 2-1 to Tony Reyes. Brendon Bell next in the order, and then it would be Brett Sikorski. Carries AC. Kicks and deals. And that'll be in for a called strike. Good curveball there. Caught the inner half, and that's the kind of a pitch where if you're a hitter, you cannot do a whole lot with that kind of offering. 2-2 now to Reyes. 1 out, nobody on. Bottom of 4, no score in this game. Pitchers duel in progress. There's a swing and a ground ball to Gomez at second. Kind of backhands it there a little bit, it looked like. Through to first for the out. Two up, 2 down here, and that'll bring us down to Brendon Bell. Bell having a good day so far in this game. Has a single and a base on balls. Comes to the plate here, 2 out and nobody on base. Carries AC now, looking in for the sign and the pitch. Fastball strike on the outer half, and it's 0-1. I know also in the minor leagues they're implementing, I think at one level, maybe AA, the pitch clock, and I'm hearing that it's really speeding up the times of the games. There's a fastball low, 1-0. That's something that I would not have advocated for back in my earlier days, but the games really at all levels are just the pace of which you just need to get something to get them moving. There's a swing and a high pop fly, right side foul territory, and that'll be out of play. Now there are other things like the electronic strike zone and larger bases they're talking about implementing. And really not wild about the ghost runner, the automatic runner at second base in extra innings. Zacey into the wide of the pitch, swinging a ground ball, hits the left side incline of the mound. Knocked down there by Gutierrez on a dive at shortstop, gets to its feet, throws to first base, and he pulls Jalen Hurd off the bag. Hurd thought he had his foot on the base. The Lakers are asking for help here on the call from the other umpires. The call for the moment is safe. No replay here. Got to go with the old visual as the umpires will confer. And now the call will be out and the inning comes to an end. So a reversal here, and right now Bell has remained standing at first base. Now he's going to come off the field as this inning comes to an end. Great play there by Gutierrez in the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Now that's good baseball, even though there was an out. Very interesting to watch. We have played through 4. Your score: Roosevelt nothing, Indiana South Bend nothing. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. We head to the middle frame of this elimination game. Top of the 5th inning. No score. Tension building here in this game as the season on the line for both squads here. Jalen Hurd will lead it off now for Roosevelt in the top of the 5th inning. Zach Dobus going back to work here. He's been great on the mound for Indiana South Bend. So far he has fanned 4 in the game. First pitch here in for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Well, we just had our NAIA version of replay and an overturn on that last out in the last inning. There's a swing and a ground ball towards second. And the throw to first in time from Jake Vanderwood. So 1 away in the inning for Roosevelt here in the 5th. Hurd now 1 for 2, and that'll bring up Andrew Olszewski.
Number 7, Andrew Olszewski.
Olszewski 0 for 1 with a swinging strikeout in the 2nd inning. First pitch coming in from Dobus, and it's ripped but fouled up the third base line. 0-1 here. Olszewski to be followed by JoJo Mack and then Jonathan Salm, top of the 5th inning. No score in the game. Roosevelt still looking for their first run of the tournament. They have been blanked so far in this event. They played the first game of the tournament Thursday morning in the rain. Pitch here low. 1-1 now to Andrew Olszewski. They were shut out 6-0. Nick Villasenor for St. Francis. A great outing. There's a swing and a ball sliced down the right field line that'll curl foul. 1-2 now to Olszewski. Mentioned we've had some good spectator numbers here so far. There's a swing and a fly ball, left center field. Both left fielder and center fielder converging on it, and the catch will be made in left field by Colin Mack for the out. 2 away, and that'll bring up JoJo Mack.
JoJo Mack.
Mack today is 0 for 1. Popped out to Colin Mack in left field his first time as the first pitch here missing outside 1-0. No score, top of the 5th inning. pitchers now picking up the pace of the game considerably as there's a ball down low. Right now, the pattern seems to be when there's nobody on base, they're working quickly and then they slow the game down, which I can understand when you have the bases loaded, especially in an all-or-nothing game. Swinging a high fly ball, short right field. Dropping, and it will land in fair territory, bouncing into the bullpen. Mack rounding second, takes a wide turn there, then we'll go back to the bag. JoJo Mack, a bloop double. And Roosevelt has a runner in scoring position now at second base with 2 away, and that'll bring up Jonathan Salm, the third baseman. Mack now will come out. Or will he? Nope, he stays in. I think he came back to hand his batting glove back to a coach. As now, Sean Blanchard will pinch hit here now for the Roosevelt Lakers. So Blanchard pitching for Salm. Blanchard, memory serves, did pinch hit in the first game. I know that. I believe he was retired in that at bat. Here's Dobis now out of the stretch. First pitch to Blanchard, in for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Jesus Gomez would be next, then back to the top of the order. 0-0 game here in the top half of inning number 5. Here's the set now, and the pitch. Blanchard takes, good block behind the plate there. Cole Miller keeping that ball in front of him. 1-1 to Blanchard. Salm batted back in the third inning and popped out to third base. Now Blanchard hitting in that spot in the order right now. Here's the set by Dobis. And the delivery. And that hit the knob of the bat. There was not a swing there. The umpire initially calling right away a foul ball, and I think it had hit the knob of the bat there. All right, Dobis now looking in. Runner takes his lead at second base. Long pause, now the kick and the pitch, high and tight. And now Blanchard is arguing that he was hit by the pitch, I think, and now the umpires will confer again. Blanchard starting to stroll down toward first base. You know, I don't know if the infield umpires would really be able to tell whether or not he was hit by a pitch. But now they'll give him first base. Well, the Indiana South Bend bench and Titan followers not pleased with that call. Now a discussion coming up here. Titan coach Doug Busey out to have a chat. So now for Roosevelt, runners at first and second. As Blanchard was hit by that pitch. Jesus Gomez now, a chance here to deliver for Roosevelt as they are trying to push across their first run in a game and a half. And now Salm re-enters the game, and he will run at first base for Blanchard. So Jonathan Salm back in. Runners at first and second now for Roosevelt. First pitch coming in now to Jesus Gomez as he awaits. There's a breaking ball, and up high, 1-0. Gomez 0 for 1 with a swinging strikeout. That was back in inning number 3. Next pitch, and that'll be fouled. A lot of contact there, a lot of velocity off the bat, but it went straight right side, and so it's 1-1 to Jesus Gomez. 2 on, 2 out here in the Roosevelt 5th inning. Here's the set now, and the pitch. Skied into the air, short right field, backing up Vanderwood, coming on the right fielder, and I believe it will be Vanderwood. It was caught, and I believe Vanderwood made the play to end the inning. And once again, Roosevelt not able to cash in. They threaten but do not score. No runs in the inning on a hit. No errors, a hit batter, 2 left on base. Halfway home in game number 2 on today's schedule, and we are scoreless going bottom 5. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. All right, we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. No score in the ball game. Kerry Zacey and Zach Dobis in quite the pitcher's duel here in this game. There's a swing and a high pop foul on the left field line out of play, and it's 0-1.
Number 21.
As Brett Sikorski leading it out for Indiana South Bend. Just before we came back, they play music here. We turned on our microphones, as you can tell, during our breaks. They were playing music here, and as Sikorski stood in, the music kept playing, and the umpire turned around, and there's a called strike. And it's now 0-2 to Sikorski, and even though with the mask on, you could tell he was he did not seem pleased. The 0-2 in the dirt. That makes it 1-2. Reminds me of a really amusing story. I was at I think it was a high school age youth game once, and was up in the press box as a spectator. Here comes the 1-2. This is lofted into right field. Heinlein coming on into his left, leaps up, kind of hops up rather to be more accurate, and he made the grab for the out. 1 away in the inning. And Sikorski lines to right, and that'll bring up Jake Vanderwood. So anyway, as can happen, spectators and game operators and whatnot might not be thrilled with the umpiring crew, and I had a relative there operating the public address mic, and he left it open by accident as the first pitch is down low, 1-0. And a mutual friend of ours was up in the box and made his opinion of the umpiring known. And as there's a swing and a miss. Pardon me while I deal with a little bit of an asthmatic cough. And anyway, the mic was left open, and the comments were, in effect, broadcast to the entire crowd. As there's a ball inside. They were broadcast over the PA, and the umpire was not pleased. As here's the wind of the pitch now from Kerry Zacey, and that'll be low. Oh, that story, every time I think about it, makes me laugh out loud. Yeah, the umpire turned and he yelled at the press box, swinging a pop foul right side out of play. And that makes it now a 2-strike situation. And in full fairness, to the credit of the offending fan in the press box. He did have a word with the umpire later on and apologized. And all was well that ended well in that situation. But there's a time called now here. Where was it? I've seen situations. I think, what was it? When somebody sang the 7th inning stretch at Wrigley Field, and there's a called third strike, and that is out number 2 in the inning. So Vanderwood caught looking there, and there are 2 down in the frame, and that'll bring up Cole Miller. And I don't know, was it Steve McMichael who kind of criticized the umpire while singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game"? He worked in some criticism of the umpire along the way, as there's the ball 1-0. I believe whomever it was ejected from that game. 1 ball, no strikes, carries AC into the wide of the pitch. There's a curve in there for a called strike to make it 1-1. There's another story involving a basketball announcer. And those of us who are familiar with a basketball broadcast very often will call games at courtside, and there's a swing and a miss, and it goes now to a ball and 2 strikes. And I remember, I want to say it was an NBA game, or an announcer made his opinion known of the officiating, and the official overheard it and ejected a play-by-play announcer. There's a breaking ball up high. Donnie Nikas would be next, and then it would be Evan Allen if we continue on that far. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning, no score here in this game. Zacey into the wide, and the delivery. Swinging a high pop-up right side, and that'll be out of play. So the pitcher's duel goes on, and Kerry Zacey really has done an admirable job here, getting out of some early jams in this game. No runs, 6 hits, no errors for South Bend, and no runs, 2 hits, and no errors for the Roosevelt Lakers. Count here, 2 balls and 2 strikes on the board. The pitch by Zacey. Golf swing there, and a miss. Drop third strike. Darst to Hurd on the throw to first base, and that'll end the inning. And a 1-2-3 frame there for Indiana South Bend. So in the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base after 5 complete. We remain in a scoreless deadlock in this elimination game. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. All right, we move now to the top of the 6th inning. And the pitcher's duel rolls on. No score here as we head toward the latter part of the middle frames. Top of the order coming up now for Roosevelt. And so Nick McAllister now will lead it off here for the Lakers. He'll be followed by Daniel Gutierrez and then Hunter Darst. Zach Dobis on the mound into the windup in the first pitch of the 6th inning, and that'll miss low and away, 1-0. McAllister 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Caught looking in the first, then he was out swinging in the 3rd inning. Swinging a fly ball here to left field. Moving back into his left. Colin Mack reaches up, makes the play, and that's out number 1 in the Roosevelt 6th. So one away, and that'll bring to the plate the shortstop, Daniel Gutierrez. Gutierrez is fly to right and then grounded out to third base. And really, we in all serious, talking about the pace of the game, it's a tale of two games here. The first part of this game went very, very slowly, and now it's really picked up steam, the pace of the game. There's a ball low and outside, 1-0 here. Largely because we have not had any base runners, it seems, in a while. And there's a breaking ball missing outside, 2 balls and no strikes, although that may change here. Although Roosevelt, they did get a couple of men on base back in the 5th inning, could not advance them. Here's the 2-0 from Dobis. And there's a swing and a foul back. Gutierrez looking for a good pitch to hit there, just didn't make it a swing where he was able to get full contact. Dobis into the wind of the pitch. Gutierrez pops up, right side, out of play. Ball lands about 10 rows into the seats here on the first base side. And Dobis quickly into the wind. And the pitch. A little bit of a golf swing here. High fly ball, short left field. Coming out again is Mack. Reaches up, has the ball for the out to make it 2-away in the inning. And that'll leave it up to Hunter Darst. Well, Dobis retired Roosevelt on a very minimal number of pitches back in the 4th inning. That was a 1-2-3 frame, and Dobis trying to repeat that feat here in the 6th inning. Darst takes the first pitch in for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Darst is flied out to right and also grounded out to third base. Swinging a ground ball, and Dobis with a little bit of a kick save. It goes out toward the shortstop, and he'll have to put it in his pocket. Ball deflecting off of Dobis high into the air, and nothing there that the shortstop Reyes could do with that ball. And so a base runner aboard here now with 2 away for Roosevelt. Luca Palucci now coming into the game to run for the Lakers. And that'll bring up now Trevor Heinlein. So Darst picks up his first hit of the game, and now Palucci running for him at first base. There's a swing and a pop foul right side that'll be out of play. 0-1 to Heinlein. Heinlein is flied to center and also grounded out to the shortstop. Here's the set now by Dobis. And the pitch. Fastball upstairs to even it up 1-1. Heinlein, right-handed batter, standing in. And the 1-1 offering. And that is hit well to second base, but knocked down there. Nice play by Vanderwood. He smothers it, gets to his feet, throws to first, and that'll end the inning on a brilliant play there by Jake Vanderwood at second base to close out the frame. So in the inning, no runs, a hit, no errors, 1 left on base. We go bottom 6, still scoreless. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. Welcome back here to Joliet, Illinois. New pitcher coming on into the game now for Roosevelt. It'll be Christoph Solis, the right-hand side armor here, coming on now for Roosevelt. As Carey's AC really working out of some early jams, and he pitched a really, really exceptional game for Roosevelt, going 5 innings, and now it'll be up here to the relief corps to keep Roosevelt's season alive. First pitch from Solis, and it'll be in for a called strike, as it'll be Donnie Nikas leading it off here in the bottom of the 6th inning for Indiana South Bend. He is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout to left field. 0-0 game, bottom of the 6th inning. Solis kicks and deals, swinging a sharp grounder right side, backhanded by Hurd. Throws to Solis covering. It's a 3-1 put out for the first out of the inning. 1 away in the inning, and that'll bring up Evan Allen. Allen, 2 for 2 with a pair of singles this afternoon. Right now, it's a case almost you seem to think as to which team will break through first, and that team that does may go on to win the game.
Number 33, Evan Allen.
So Allen stands in. Carries AC today. 5 innings of work for Roosevelt. 6 hits, no runs. Walked 2, struck out 4. All right, Allen into the box now. Solis working out of the stretch all the time, as many relievers do, and now more and more starters do, as there's a ball low. 1-1 the count now. Allen, right-handed batter, awaits. And the pitch. That'll be in on the inside half of the plate on a heater for a called strike. That makes it 1-2. Owen Benson next. Then it would be Colin Mack here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Solis out of the stretch in the pitch. That nearly hits the batter as he spins out of the way. Does Allen there. Shadows now starting to creep toward the field here. If you're watching the video stream, you can see the light standard on the third base side almost out now to third base. Right now it's extending out to the third base coach's box. On really what's turned out to be a beautiful day here. Finally good baseball weather. Swinging a high pop-up right side of the infield. Backing up now short right field. And while backpedaling, Jesus Gomez able to make the catch at second base for the out. 2 down in the inning, and that'll bring up Owen Benson.
Number 24, Owen Benson.
Benson is 0 for 2 in the game this afternoon. He flied out to center and also hit into a 3-1 put out. 2 out, nobody on, bottom 6 in a 0-0 deadlock. Pitch here, Benson hits it high in the air down the right field line. Heinlein on the run near the line, reaches up and makes the catch. I believe ruled in fair territory. It's an out either way, and that'll end the inning. So Solis comes out and makes short work of the Titans here in the bottom of the 6th inning, keeping it a scoreless game. We played through 6. And your score: Roosevelt nothing, Indiana South Bend nothing. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. We go now to inning number 7. First baseman Jalen Hurd to lead it off now for the Roosevelt Lakers in a 0-0 game. Takes the first pitch high for ball 1. Hurd 1 for 2, a double and a ground out in this ball game. Here's the next pitch swung on, and he'll slice one into right field for a base hit. Up with it in right field is Nikas, and he gets the ball back into the infield. And so Hurd aboard with the first hit of the inning on a leadoff single for Roosevelt.
Your attention, now running at first base for the Lakers, number 0, Luca Paolucci.
So now Luca Paolucci will come in to run again now. This time he runs for Jalen Hurd. He came in earlier on to run for Hunter Darst, the catcher. Andrew Olszewski now to bat here, and we'll see now what the strategy is for Roosevelt. See if Olszewski attempts a sacrifice and tries to move the runner over, although Paolucci, prolific in stolen bases this year as well for the Roosevelt Lakers. Here's the set now by Zach Dobis, and the first pitch. There's a bunt up the first base side. Dobis fields right of the mound with a glove hand, backhands after the exchange, and a nice play there by Dobis. He had no time to lose on that play after backhanding it, and while in motion made the exchange a nice backhand flip as well. For the out is Paolucci going to second base on the play. Olszewski with a sacrifice. And now here's Joe Mack. Again, an opportunity here for Roosevelt. Both teams have had their chances in the game. Mack today has popped out and doubled. Here's the set now in the first pitch. Taken down and away, and it's 1-0. Mack doubled back in the 5th inning, but was stranded there. Dobis now looks back at second base. Now the pitch to the plate. Fouled back out of play. So it evens it up in 1-1. Game number 3 of the day. It'll be game number 7 of the tournament next. St. Ambrose against Judson. And then tonight, Olivet Nazarene against St. Francis, the final game of the day. Then we'll be right back with another quadruple header tomorrow here in Joliet. Turning a throw to second base and the runner back in. Well, hopefully tonight, no weather in the area. Get the game in tonight at 7 at a reasonable hour. And not quite so quick a turnaround maybe tonight. There's a pitch that comes in up high. 2-1 here to Joe Mack. I live up in the northwest suburbs, so after last night's game, I got in at about 2:30 in the morning and woke up 5 hours later and was getting ready to come back here for more baseball. Swinging a pop foul right side, and that'll drift out of play. So a 2-strike situation now for Joe Mack. I believe it is 2-2. Mack, right-handed batter, awaits. Turning a throw to second now by Dobis. And the runner back in safely. Luca Paolucci pinch running. Well, the last thing you want to do is get picked off on the bases here in a 0-0 game with your season on the line. Here's the set of the pitch. Curve, called third strike on a gorgeous pitch there by Zach Dobis to get the second out of the inning. So Mack is out on strikes. And now it'll be Jonathan Salm, the third baseman, to bat again. Salm came to the plate in the 3rd inning, popped out to third base. He was lifted for a pinch hitter in the 5th. That was Sean Blanchard, who was hit by a pitch, and now Salm again hitting in this spot in the order. And the first pitch taken down low, 1-0. Jesus Gomez next, then back to the top of the order. Dobis trying to get out of this mini jam here in a tie game. Elimination game, winner go home. There's a fastball high. 2 balls and no strikes. Jesus Gomez next, then back to the top of the Roosevelt order. Dobis leans in now. Gets the sign, now time will be called. Now here is where A more slower pace of the game is very understandable, especially with so much on the line. Dobis coming set now on the pitch. There's a wave and a miss. So now 2-1 here. Salm getting his pitch but not able to make contact. 2 balls and a strike. Palucci takes his lead off second base. And the pitch. Fastball up high, 3-1. Salm, right-handed batter, back into the box. Dobis looks at second, comes to the plate. Ball 4 high on a breaking ball, and so the inning continues for Jesus Gomez. So a 2-out walk puts runners at first and second now for Roosevelt. And now meeting at the mound here for Indiana South Bend. There is action in the Titan bullpen.
Your attention, pitch hitting for the Lakers, number 26, Brian Fox.
And now Brian Fox will pinch hit for Roosevelt. Dobis has struck out 5 in the game. That was his first walk in the afternoon. Meeting on the mound continuing here. The bullpen just starting, I think, to stir. Down the left field line. I see the bullpen catcher at least getting ready, it looks like. But actually nobody is up and throwing yet in the pen. So it is still Dobis' game here. And again, the season on the line for both teams. So here's Brian Fox. Fox this year, a .267 hitter. Drove in 7 runs. He did not play in game 1 for Roosevelt. Dobis coming set now. 2 on in the inning. Swing and a miss by Fox going after that pitch, but a good pitch with movement there by Dobis to get Fox to swing through it. So 0-1 here. Fox out of the box, now back in. Dobis out of the stretch. Here's the 0-1. Strike on the outside corner. Again, a perfect pitch there by Dobis. And he now has Fox in a tough spot here. No balls and 2 strikes. Fox getting ready. Dobis coming set. Long pause. Time called. So the drama builds here in the top of the 7th inning. Nothing ball game. Indiana South Bend, if they do not win this game, they will look back at a couple of opportunities in the first 2 innings where they let a couple of great chances slip away. Dobis now kicks and deals. Check swing. Did he hold up? Did not. You could see that from up here that it was a swing that went around, and that ends the inning. Dobis comes up with a key strikeout there, and the Lakers not able to score. No runs in the inning. On a hit, no errors, a walk, 2 left on base. Stretch time here in Joliet. It remains Indiana South Bend 0, Roosevelt 0. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. All right, we move now to the bottom half of inning number 7 here in a scoreless struggle between these two teams. 9-1-2 coming up with the Titans here in the bottom of the 7th inning. So Colin Mack will start it off here for Indiana South Bend. He's 1 for 2 this afternoon. Christoph Solis remaining on the mound for Roosevelt. First pitch, and that'll miss outside, 1-0. Mack has a single and a fly out to Trevor Heinlein in right field. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch from Christoph Solis, and that'll be a little bit low, 2-0 here. Both teams trying to extend their seasons. Indiana South Bend coming in as the number 8 seed, Roosevelt. There's a swing and a line drive base hit to center field to start it off here for Colin Mack and the Titans. Solidly struck there. Mentioning the Titans, the 8 seed, Roosevelt coming in as the number 5 seed in the tournament. So runner aboard to lead off the Indiana South Bend 7th inning, and now that'll bring up Tony Reyes.
Tony Reyes.
Reyes is 0 for 3 in the game. Grounded out his last time up. Also was grounded to the pitcher and popped out to second base. Colin Mack now takes his lead off first base. Solis out of the stretch, turns, fires to first base. Tag applied, but too late. Mack able to dive in safely. Right now, you have to be, if you're in the field in this situation, with, again, can't emphasize it enough, the whole year is on the line. There's a bunt fouled up the first base side. 0-1 to Reyes. You have to keep a real close watch on that runner at first base. You allow him to steal without at least an out being recorded on what likely is a sacrifice situation, as we saw just now, then that makes things a little bit more difficult. There's a bunt now to the right side of the infield, picked up there by Solis, throws to first for the sure out. Good sacrifice bunt there. Colin Mack pulls into second base. Reyes with a sacrifice. 1 out in the inning, and that'll bring to the plate Brendon Bell.
Brendon Bell.
Bell in the game today, 1 for 2 with a walk. Last time grounded out to Gutierrez, who made a spectacular play at shortstop. So 1 on, 1 out, bottom of the 7th inning in a 0-0 game. And now Bell will be intentionally walked. And that'll bring up Brett Sikorski, it looks like.
Number 21, Brett Sikorski.
So now 2 on with 1 away in the inning. Double play now in order here. As Sikorski stands in, he lined out to Heinlein in right field last time up. He is 0 for 3 in the game. Lefty batter, righty on the mound, and the first pitch missing inside. It's 1-0, and a good play there by Hunter Darst, reaching across his body for the backhand stab there to keep the ball in his possession. Tense situation here. Both teams still in search of their first run. Roosevelt still looking for their first run of this tournament. Here's the set now by Christoph Solis, and the pitch in the dirt, again blocked by Darst. And the runners have to stay put. 2-0 to Sikorski. He'll be followed by Jake Vanderwood and then Cole Miller. Bottom of 7, 0-0 game. Solis out of the stretch of the pitch. Fastball high and outside. 3-0 here, and Solis now in danger of walking the bases loaded. The first walk was by design on the intentional pass to Bell, but this one not the same situation. The set of the pitch. Right down the pipe on a called strike. 3-1 now for Sikorski. Solis coming set. Turns and no throw to second base. Here's the set now by Solis in the pitch. And that'll be a strike at the knees. Oh, that was well placed there. I thought it was a little bit low. But now the count running full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Sikorski back into the batter's box. 2 on, 1 out. Scoreless game, bottom of 7. The 3-2. And that'll be bounced foul wide of third. We'll try it again. Tension building here a little bit now. Again now the Titan bullpen starting to stir a little bit. And there is action as well in the Roosevelt pen. Solis gets the sign. And the pitch. And that'll be bounced foul this time wide of first. And we'll try it again. Battle going on here between Solis and Sikorski. Sikorski now back into the batter's box. Wind continuing to blow here in Joliet, Illinois. Runners take their leads at first and second. Here's the pitch now from Solis. Sikorski able to spoil it as he fouls it back, and he stays alive. So it stays a full count here. Let's see where Hunter Darth sets up here. See what kind of pitch they'll call. Setting up on the outer half of the plate, no pitch delivered. So we'll try it again. All right, Solis now out of the set. The pitch, swinging a sharply hit ball into right field for a base hit. Rounding third, heading for home the lead runner. Here's the throw from Heinlein to the plate, and it's off the heel of the cutoff man, Jalen Hurd. It skips away, and Indiana South Bend takes a 1-0 lead. Colin Mack racing around third, able to score the first run of the ball game. And Brent Sikorski, a great at bat, and he delivers there. Brendon Bell going to third on the play. Sikorski with the RBI single, 1-0 Indiana South Bend. And now that'll bring up Jake Vanderwood, and suddenly now the Titans are 6 defensive outs away from an elimination game win. Now, Indiana South Bend looking a little bit for some 7th inning insurance, and now a meeting at the mound here for the Roosevelt Lakers. That ball well struck into right field, and a tremendous at bat there by Brett Sikorski. So a meeting on the mound amongst the entire infield and battery here. Wow, coaches, batter, and base runner will meet here along the third base side for Indiana South Bend. Great ball game here in game number 2 on the day. Overall in the tournament now, this is game number 6. The winner moves on to play tomorrow afternoon. Actually, we'll check the revised schedule here to make sure that's accurate. As the meeting on the mound breaks up. And actually, with the revised bracket, the winner of this game now to play tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. We'll have Sunday morning baseball for you here, a rarity indeed. All right, we're ready to resume now. Jake Vanderwood stands in for Indiana South Bend. And the first pitch, and that'll be down and away 1-0 to Vanderwood. Vanderwood has a single, a fly out to left field, and a strikeout. He was caught looking his last time up back in inning number 5. Solis looks in for the sign. And the delivery. Taken a little bit low. 2 balls and no strikes. Well, for Roosevelt, if they cannot come back here, it would be really a disappointing way to end the season. They thought they were peaking at the right time with that 8-game win streak. Line drive, and that'll be Bobbled and off Hurd's glove, recovered at second base, and the throw to first, I believe, was in time there. That was a rocket to Jalen Hurd. I thought for a minute he bobbled it. There's a little divider here between our two windows in the box, and Hurd was behind that divider, so I wasn't sure whether he bobbled it or just skipped off the heel, but it went anyway. Over to second base, so that's a 3-4-3 put out. You don't see that often. On the play, Sikorski to second, and also on the play. As while all that was going on near third base, near first base, the runner from third coming in to score to make it a 2-0 ball game, and that'll be it for Christoph Solis. New pitcher coming into the game now for Roosevelt. We'll take a break, tell you about it after we come back. Bottom 7, 2-0 Titans now over the Roosevelt Lakers. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. New pitcher on now for Roosevelt, the right-hander Augie Schlaffer coming in now. As Solis lifted here. And it'll be Cole Miller, the first batter that Schlaffer will face. So an RBI ground out there for Vanderwood. First pitch nearly hitting the batter here as Miller kind of backs out of the way of that one, and it's 1-0 to the Titan catcher. 2-0 now, Indiana South Bend the lead. That was a 3-4-3 RBI out by Vanderwood. And right now Sikorski is aboard still at second base for the Titans. There's a sweeping curve, and that'll be upstairs. 2 balls and no strikes here. Miller has walked, singled, and struck out in the game. Schlaffer, right-hander, gets the sign from Hunter Darst. And the pitch. Swung on. That'll be loop fouled on the right field line. Taking a couple of bounces, it looked like, in the bullpen. So 2-1 here to Cole Miller. Shadows lengthening as we move toward the late afternoon hours here. As we approach the 4 o'clock hour, that's game time for our third game of the day. There's a swing and a bouncer over the mound out to Gutierrez at short. Gloves near the bag at second. Throws to first in time for the out, and that'll end the inning. But the damage done in this frame by Indiana South Bend as they pick up 2 runs in the inning. 2 runs on, I believe, the 1 hit. There were no errors, and a runner left on base, and after 7, it is Indiana South Bend 2 and Roosevelt nothing. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. All right, welcome back to Joliet, Illinois, as we head to the top of the 8th inning now, and Roosevelt in serious danger of having their season end. They have not yet scored now in 16 innings of tournament play here. They were shut out 6-0 in the first game. They trailed 2-0 now here, and the first pitch to the leadoff hitter, Nick McAllister, is in for a called strike, so he's behind at 0-1. Top of the order coming up, McAllister, Gutierrez, and Darst. Then it would be Trevor Heinlein. Next pitch down and in. 1-1 strike here. McAllister flied to left field his last time up. Goes after this one, a bouncer towards short. Moving to his left, a nice play there as fielding, then spinning 360 degrees as Reyes, and he fires a strike to first for the out. What made that play exceptional as well was that Reyes was moving toward the other way. He was moving toward the bag at third. He was in motion. Quickly reversed his field when he saw the ball was going out towards second, and he made the play. One away, that'll bring up Daniel Gutierrez now. Here's the wind in the first pitch, and that'll miss just inside. Actually, it was well inside. It just missed hitting the batter. 1 and no strikes to count. The line on Christoph Solis, the second pitcher of the game for Roosevelt, was the next pitch coming in low. Solis, an inning and 2/3 of work. 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He walked 1 and did not strike out a batter. Wind in the next pitch. That'll be over but low. That'll make it a 2-1 count for Daniel Gutierrez. Top of the 8th inning, 2-0 in favor of Indiana South Bend. Here's the delivery. And that'll be in for a called strike. Zach Dobis continues to roll along here on the mound for Indiana South Bend. The kick and the pitch. There's a chopper. Third base, gloved just left of the bag in foul territory. That may have been an out there too, had that been a fair ball. Good play there at third by Sikorski, and then Bell dug out the throw at first, but it was ruled foul. So a 2-2 situation here for Gutierrez. The last run Roosevelt scored was last Sunday in their season-ending game. There's a swing and a bouncer left side in the hole at short. Glove there, and then a throw across, not in time. A good effort there again by Reyes. That was one of those plays where you backhand, your momentum is taking you away from first base. You go into the air and try to lob it over, but not nearly a good chance there. And so Gutierrez aboard on an infield hit. They'll bring to the plate Hunter Darst. Well, if you're Roosevelt, you got to look at it this way. You've struggled to score, but you're down by only 2 still. Darst singled his last time up. He's 1 for 3 this afternoon. Zach Dobis comes set. There is action again in the Titan bullpen. Swinging a high fly ball deep down the left field line, but pulled about 40 feet foul. 0-1 to Darst. Trevor Heinlein next, and then it would be Jalen Hurd. Here's the 0-1, no pitch, throw to first base. And the runner back in safely. Darst, right-handed batter, stands in. And the pitch, breaking ball, and it'll be up for a ball. 1-1 the count. Here's the set now by Dobis. 1-1. And he lets go of that one, and it sails to the backstop. And that was a live pitch there. We had a one situation earlier on where, as they have 2-1 on the board, where we've had a couple of occasions. There's a called strike where the pitcher would be in motion when time would be called, and they'd follow through with their windup and delivery, and they just lob it over everybody's head to the backstop. Dobis now out of the stretch. The pitch. little bit of a jam shot, but lifted high in the air down the left field line. Long run here, and able to run it down in left field. Colin Mack on a nice play for out number 2. 2 away, that'll bring up Trevor Heinlein now. Heinlein in the game is 0 for 3. Grounded out to second base his last time up. He represents the tying run for Roosevelt. As Roosevelt, they are starting to run out of time as their season on the line. Breaking ball in for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Heinlein, right-handed batter, standing in. Dobus comes set in the pitch. Heinlein goes after that one, pops it foul right side out of play. More fans arriving now. I was saying earlier on, great to see the crowds return after 2 really lousy weather days. And coming up St. Ambrose, they usually have a real good following at their games, and Olivet Nazarene should as well tonight. Should be a great atmosphere. Here's the set now on the next pitch. Jam shot, rolled over the left side of the mound. Glove there at short in front of the bag. The play will be at first base, and the throw in time from Reyes to Bell at first, and that'll close out the inning. In the inning for Roosevelt, no runs on a hit, no errors, 1 left on base. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. 2-0 Indiana South Bend. You're tuned to CCAC Tournament Baseball. Back here as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning in Joliet, Illinois, in this elimination game. And it'll be Nikas, Allen, and Benson due up now for Indiana South Bend against Augie Schlaffer, who will be moving into his first full inning of work here. He threw 4 pitches after coming on in relief of Christoph Solis and was able to retire Cole Miller to end the 7th inning. So here's Donnie Nikas now. First pitch from Schlaffer, and that'll be a check swing up high for ball 1. Nikas not going around on that pitch. Titan right fielder awaits, and the 1-0. Wave and a miss here to even it up 1-1. Nikas is 0 for 3 thus far today. Grounded back to first base. Grounded out to first base back in the 6th inning. There we go. Next pitch from Schlaffer, a heater. Oh, nice pitch on the inside edge to make it 1-2. We play in the bottom of the 8th inning, in Indiana South Bend 3 defensive outs away from advancing in this tournament. Schlaffer into the wide and the delivery. And that'll be flared out to right field, and it'll drop in for a base hit. That was a good pitch there by Schlaffer, but Nikas got around on it and lobbed it down the right field line for a little mini bloop single to lead off the Indiana South Bend 8th inning. That'll bring to the plate Evan Allen, the DH. Allen 2 for 3 in the ball game this afternoon. And right now, Roosevelt, you got to believe they're desperate to make sure it stays just a 2-run game. All right, Schlaffer coming set in the pitch. Fastball missing inside, and it's 1-0. Allen has a pair of singles and also a pop out to second base in this game. Here comes the set now by Schlaffer and the delivery. That'll be a fastball upstairs. 2-0 to Allen. If you are looking for game 3 between St. Ambrose and Judson, that'll be coming up shortly as we still need to finish out this one. This game starting out about 40 minutes after the scheduled time due to the length of game 1 today. Swinging a high pop-up right side, foul territory. Heinlein racing over to the bullpen, shading his eyes, but it's out of play. 2-1 now to Evan Allen. Allen back into the batter's box. 2 balls and a strike. Schlaffer kicks and deals. Fastball high to make it 3-1. And Augie Schlaffer here in danger of allowing the first 2 Titans to reach base here in the bottom of the 8th inning when he needs to keep his team close. All right, here's the set now and the delivery. High and tight, ball 4, and that'll put runners at first and second to start the 8th inning for Indiana South Bend. A very promising start for the Titans here. And Schlaffer issues his first walk since coming into the game, and that'll bring up Owen Benson, the center fielder. Now meeting at the mound here for Roosevelt. There is action now in the Laker bullpen. Looking through the netting. The screen circles around to the right side beyond the dugout, and so you have to peer through that netting to see who might be throwing in the bullpen down the right field side. It looks like it is Isaac Rigler warming up. Isaac Rigler, the junior from McLean, Illinois. Anyway, here's Owen Benson now. And the first pitch squares to bunt, and he bunts it foul right at home plate, so he's quickly behind at 0-1. Benson is 0 for 3 in the ball game. Flied out to Heinlein and right his last trip up. Oh, 1 to Benson. Schlaffer comes set now. Jalen Hurd moving in tight at first base. The bunt is directly to him. He whirls, tries to throw to third to get the lead runner, and that'll be too late. And the bases are loaded for Indiana South Bend. That'll be a fielder's choice. And so now runners at every base for the Titans, and Roosevelt now in a real desperate situation here. So now that'll bring up Colin Mack. Benson reaching on the fielder's choice. The bases are loaded. Nobody out here, and Indiana South Bend will try to put the game away right here. Mack singled and later scored last time he came to the plate. Singled in the 7th, and as I said, later came around to score. Schlaffer into the stretch. The first pitch fouled away to the right out of play. 0-1 the count. Infield in all around, except more so on the right side of the infield than the left. I'm a little surprised at that. Well, the base is loaded, nobody out in a drawn-in infield. What better situation for a hitter? There's a swing and a miss, though. And so Mack now behind at 0-2. Colin Mack 2 for 3 in the game today. A pair of singles. Also is fly to right. Schlaffer could really use a strikeout here. Out of the stretch in the 0-2. Just a little bit high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That was well located there. That was not a waste pitch. He was trying to paint the corner there and just barely missed it. Wind now shifting here a little bit, it seems, toward the left field corner of the ballpark. Schlaffer gets the sign. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Swung on and looped out toward right field. That'll drop quickly and it'll fall in for a bloop single. 1 run is in. 2nd run being waved around third base. That run will score, and Indiana South Bend takes command of this game as they now lead it 4-0 on a 2-run bloop single by Colin Mack, who is now 3 for 4 in the game. So Mack drives in a pair, and actually looks like he wound up at second base as 2 runs score, and that's a backbreaker for Roosevelt. Owen Benson winding up at third on the play. Back to the top of the order, and Tony Reyes now. So now a 4-0 lead for Indiana South Bend. And now that'll be it for Augie Schlaffer. So it looks like Isaac Riegler will come into the game now for Roosevelt. We'll take a break, come back, tell you more about it after a timeout. Bottom 8, 4-0 Indiana South Bend. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. All right, we are back, and Augie Schlaffer actually now able to stay in the ball game here. As trying to remember, there was, I believe, an earlier meeting on the mound, but that may not have included a coach. So anyway, here we go. Schlaffer stays in the game. The first pitch served into left field. That'll drop in for a base hit. 1 run will score. Here comes a throw to the plate, trying to get the lead runner as the 2 runners nearly came very close on the bases. The throw coming in too late, and another run comes in to score for Indiana South Bend. 3 runs across. As an RBI there for Tony Reyes. And right now, Indiana South Bend is finding the open spaces, and now that'll be it for Augie Schlaffer. A couple of balls that were not necessarily very hard hit, but placed perfectly down both of the foul lines. The first down the right field line, the second down the left field line. And now we have a pitching change. So we'll take a break here. And the lead expands for Indiana South Bend. Bottom 8, they now lead at 5-0. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. So now Isaac Riegler eventually does come into the game for Roosevelt. And Indiana South Bend, as we said, now in firm control of this game, definitely in the driver's seat, as they've now taken a 5-run lead here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Looking ahead to the Roosevelt 9th inning, it will be Hurd, Olszewski, and JoJo Mack due up. But the bottom of the 8th continues. And now at the plate will be Brendon Bell. Runners at first and third. There's a golf swing and a ball hit into the air high into center field. Nick McAllister in and to his right, reaches up, makes the catch. Runner from third will tag. That'll be a sac fly. It's now a 6-0 Indiana South Bend lead. So Colin Mack scores on the sac fly. Bell picks up his first RBI of the game. And that was still just the first out of the inning, but now the bases are not quite empty. There's still a runner at first base. That's Tony Reyes after the RBI single. And now here is Brett Sikorski. That run will be charged to Augie Schlaffer. First pitch here to Sikorski, missing outside 1-0. And I believe that'll close the pitching line on Schlaffer in this game. Riegler, right-hander, looks in for the sign. So Roosevelt, unless they can stage a huge comeback, which we saw last night, will be 2-out in this tournament. Line drive, diving stop there by Jalen Hurd, knocking it down. He'll pick it up, throw to second to get the lead runner. Good play there by Hurd, who's been great defensively all year long. And now let's see, the umpires will signal here. Quite a few players kind of standing around. And I think they may have called that a line drive catch by Hurd. Check the scoring feed. As anyway now, Jake Vanderwood should be due up next here for Indiana South Bend. Riegler out of the stretch now. And the pitch swung on and a ground ball deep in the hole at short. Gutierrez backhands, throws to second, the only play there available. And the ball dropped at second, and the inning will continue. So a fielder's choice here. Reyes able to slide in safely to second base, and the inning continues for Indiana South Bend. So now batting, see if we have a pinch hitter coming into the plate now for Indiana South Bend. As the pitch coming in, and it looked like a little bit low. 1-0 the count. Now this is Cole Miller now batting here. And his spot in the order drew up, and he will bat. As Vanderwood aboard at first base on a fielder's choice. Here's the set now by Riegler. And the pitch. This is drilled and into left field for a base hit. Runner being waved around third base. Ball, a lot of room to roll out there in left center field before being tracked down by McAllister. A run comes in, and Indiana South Bend pouring it on here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Miller with the RBI single. There was an error, by the way, charged a moment ago at second base. So Miller drives in a run on the base hit. As Sikorski scoring what will be termed an unearned run. Well, they have Sikorski scoring an unearned run. And anyway now, runners at first and third for Indiana South Bend as they have broken this game open. Swinging a high fly ball here right center field. Who wants it? McAllister, I believe, calling for it. Or did that ball drop? Yes, it did. Runner rounding third. He will score. And this game falling apart here for Roosevelt now as Indiana South Bend picks up yet another run. 6 runs across in the inning. It's now 8-0. That was Bedell, by the way, pinch hitting for Nikas. As Indiana South Bend is batted around here. Bedell getting an RBI on a, let's see if they call that a hit. As anyway, due up next in the lineup is Evan Allen now for Indiana South Bend. So a runner aboard at first. And now, Evan Allen will bat. First pitch here. Hit into the air almost to the same exact spot. Right center field. Looks like McAllister calling for it. Makes the catch, and that will end the inning. But Indiana South Bend putting the game away in effect here as they pick up now 7 runs in the inning. It's a 9-0 ball game. They added a run during that last at bat on the board. As I was reading it earlier, it was still 8-0. 7 runs across in the inning. And a close game that was scoreless through 6 has been broken open. 7 runs across. We go to the 9th inning. Last chance for Roosevelt. They trail 9-0. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. We go now to the top of the 9th inning. The rundown on that last half inning for Indiana South Bend. 7 runs on 5 hits and error. There was 1 left on base. So here we go to the 9th. Last chance here for Roosevelt. They need 9 to keep their season going as they trail now 9-0. Jalen Hurd will stand in here for the Lakers. And the first pitch, a breaking ball in for a called strike. Good pitch there, and it's 0-1. Hurd has had a good game today. 2 for 3, a double, a single, and also a ground out this afternoon. Taking here, and it's in for a called strike, 0-2. Hurd, Olszewski, and Magnew up here for the Roosevelt Lakers. A scoreless game after 6 has completely changed around. There's a bouncer foul left side of home plate going toward the third base dugout. So Hurd behind again, still at 0-2 now. Game number 3 of our 4 coming up next. Judson and St. Ambrose. Should be a good matchup. Next two games should be, I think, really good matchups as there's a ball high. 1-2 now to Hurd. Here's the wind of the next pitch. Swing and a miss at a high heater. And so Hurd is out on strikes. I think he's asking the umpire whether or not that would have been a strike. Looked like it was up in the zone, and there's 1 away in the inning. That'll bring to the plate Andrew Olszewski. Olszewski, a strikeout and a fly out to left field along with a sacrifice. So he's officially 0 for 2 in the game. Line of the first pitch here, and that was a heater that blew by Olszewski. He swung on and missed, and it's 0-1. Zach Dobus looking for the complete game win here as a comfortable 9-0 lead. There's a swing and a foul on the right side out of play. 0-2 to Olszewski. And the Roosevelt season about to come to a really, for them, probably a disappointing close as we talked about earlier, they came in riding high to this tournament, winning 8 straight coming in. An 8-game win streak ending the regular season, but there's the ball high to make it 1-2, but they've been hard-pressed to score. They have been shut out thus far in almost 2 complete games in the tournament. Here's the 1-2. Bouncer out to short. Glove there by Reyes. Throw to first. And they get Olszewski by about 3/4 of a step. And now the last hope for Roosevelt will be JoJo Mack. So the Lakers running into 2 great pitching performances, one by the Game 1 St. Francis starter, Nick Villasenor, and now this game, Zach Dobis working on a complete game shutout here. First pitch of this at-bat, that'll be a fastball upstairs. 1-0 to JoJo Mack. Indiana South Bend will advance and play tomorrow morning if they can hold on to this lead. They only need 1 more out. There's a fastball over but low. 2-0. Jonathan Salm would be next. Here's the wind of the 2-0. Fastball up high, 3-0. Dobis working really quickly here. Here's the 3-0. Fastball, and hopping out of the way of that one is JoJo Mack, and he sprints down to first base. And the inning and ball game continue now for Jonathan Salm. Salm will bat here. He is 0 for 1 officially. A pop out and a walk in the game. Now Dobis out of the stretch. And the pitch, fastball up high, 1-0. He's now beginning to elevate his pitches. Might be a telltale sign that he's starting to labor a little bit, but he has a 9-run advantage to work with here in the top of the 9th inning. And the pitch. Fastball up high, back pick to first base behind the runner, and the tag applied as they tried to get the third out to end the game, but the runner back in safely. Count on the board, a ball and a strike. And the pitch not made. Throw to first base instead. Jesus Gomez would be next. And the pitch. Curve in for a called strike. 1-1 is on the scoreboard. Dobis comes set, and the pitch will be high and in tight now. Game 3 coming up next again. That'll be Judson and St. Ambrose. Then it'll be Olivet Nazarene and St. Francis to wrap up the day. Pitch from Dobis. That'll miss outside, ball 4, and so the inning continues. Dobis getting the first 2 batters in short order, but now he's issued back-to-back walks here. And Jesus Gomez due up, and now a little meeting on the mound amongst the infielders here. So Dobis trying to wrap up what will be likely a complete game win, and I'm sure he wants the shutout here. So Roosevelt, who had that 8-game win streak to end the season, they will wind up overall 25-23 on the year. Indiana South Bend, they'll move to 16-31-1 on the year. As now here's Gomez. Dobis kicks and deals, and that'll be up high, 1-0 here. Well, Dobis was sailing along in this 9th inning, getting 2 quick outs, getting Hurd to strike out, and then Olszewski to ground out to shortstop. But now he's running into a little bit of a difficult situation. There's a swing and a foul back. 1-1 the count. You know, with a 9-run lead, you got to believe the thinking here is you can really you can challenge the hitters here, and if they get a hold of the ball, you let your fielders try to do the work. Swinging a flare out to right center field. Long run here coming on, and that'll drop in front of the right fielder. Runner rounding third base. He will score. Throw into third base. Tag applied. The runner is out, and the game comes to an end. On a play at third base, the run will count. The final will be 9-1, but Indiana South Bend on a dramatic play at third base advances as they win the game. So Matt came around to score. Psalm was out at third base, and that closes out the inning as Gomez ends the season with an RBI single. So your final totals in the ball game for Indiana South Bend: 9 runs, 13 hits, no errors. Roosevelt, 1 run on 5 hits and 1 error. So Indiana South Bend advances. They will play tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. And if memory serves, they will play the loser of game number 7. That'll be the game upcoming against between Judson and St. Ambrose. So Indiana South Bend able to advance, and the Roosevelt Lakers season comes to an end as Indiana South Bend wins it 9-1. Thanks to Wendy Reed on stats. Thanks again to our St. Francis video technical crew, and our thanks to all of you for tuning in. Game number 3 on the day coming up next in about 40 minutes or so. It'll be Judson against St. Ambrose. Hope you'll join us for that. Either way, until we speak to you again, this is Tom Westenfeld. Thank you for tuning in. And for now, from Joliet, we wish you all a very pleasant good afternoon.